Marc Broom, first and foremost, huge congratulations. Today you were announced as the club's new head coach of women's cricket.
Absolutely, mate. I could not be happier. It is a very exciting time to be involved in women's cricket. To have such a inspirational time with the Sunrisers and following their journey, being part of their journey, over the last 3 years, to then have the opportunity to come back into Middlesex, into the club that I've grown up with, and be part of the next phase of their journey is a really exciting one for me. Means a lot, really means a lot, yeah.
I don't think we could have found a man with more Middlesex in him than yourself for this role. You've been probably 2 decades or more at Eastcote in various coaching roles and director of cricket, and obviously you've grown up through the Middlesex pathway and you've coached in various guises here. Looking back at that time with Sunrisers, the journey you went on with them from 22 to 24, which obviously finished with you guys lifting the Rachel Hayhoe Flint Trophy, that must give you a huge amount of positivity because you're going to be following very much the same journey here with Middlesex women.
Yeah, it would. When I came on board, they'd already been going for a couple of years, and it was very much a case of you had full-time professionals and you had pay-as-you-play kind of part-time professional cricketers, and watching their journeys where you got players that are training all the time and holding down spots, and then you've got players that are only able to train a couple of times a week but still managing to hold down spots. I think that's very much where the team is now. They're training twice a week. In any professional sport, you want to be training every day, but they don't have that opportunity at the moment. So it's making sure we utilise the time that we've got, the contact time, the environments we create for them, making sure they're as strong, as professional, as challenging as they can be, and making sure they leave our environment with the right messages that they can, if they can train elsewhere, they can do. But the journey with the Sunrisers, just for my coaching career, was an exceptional one. Going through the various phases, year one with Laura Marsh, when the objective was to create an environment that the players wanted to be in, they wanted to be a part of, they could see where the potential was going to take them. That in itself was a fantastic challenge, and one that the players embraced, the ones that we embraced, and I think we succeeded in. And then when Andy Tennant come on board, that was when I got to see how a head coach really takes on board a role, has an objective, knows exactly what needs to be done to get to that point. And what I learned from AT was off the chart. It's allowed me to come on board in this role with the confidence that the processes I'm looking to follow have the opportunity of working, have the opportunity of succeeding, having seen what he did with those players there. Yeah.
Well, you took a lot of those learnings with you into the 100, and not content with lifting one major piece of women's silverware last year, you doubled up with the 100 women's title with London Spirit. You must have been extremely proud to have been part of that coaching group as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was next level for me. The players themselves, most of them international cricketers, high level senior players in their regions. Everybody, the key messages from that one were Ash Nofke as head coach made sure that every single player, every single coach knew their responsibility. They knew their job, they knew what was required, and they knew how that fitted into the team dynamic and what the team requirement was. And again, it's something else that I learned along this journey, is seeing how he managed the people around him and gave them responsibility to do their jobs, basically. Didn't take control, said, you're the fielding coach, Broomy, this is what you need to do, this is what I'd like, it's down to you how you deliver it. Yep. Chris Little, you're the bowling coach, Ali Maiden, you're the batting coach, off you go and deliver. And again, it's so many fantastic bits of coaching that I've learned about the head coach role. I'm not in control of everyone, it's about how we get the most out of the team we've got to give the most to the players.
You sound, Broomy, like you're itching to get going.
I can't wait.
I've got to ask you, and please don't take this the wrong way. You've obviously come from that kind of elite environment, already established as a professional side, where the players are giving it 100% 7 days a week. Do you think you'll find it challenging coming into an environment where, as you say yourself, you haven't got the players 7 days a week, you've perhaps got them for 2 days a week, but you're asking them to step up and give you their all?
Yeah, You have to be mindful of it.
Yeah.
But what it will do is make sure the sessions we create for them are the best they can be. So it actually make us up our game. They're going to need support. They're going to need contact time, and we have to utilise every minute that we get to make sure that they walk away from the environment knowing exactly the purpose why we've done what we've done and how it's going to take their game forward. So whether it's one session, 2 sessions, after Christmas we're looking to get them in during the week when they can, and they can have one-to-ones and continue their work. There's going to be responsibility on the player to know what they're working on, and them taking a bit more ownership of how they develop and why. But then it's us to facilitate those learnings. So it's a great challenge for everyone.
Yeah.
It's a great challenge for everyone. And, you know, as I said to him earlier, our remit was to be tier 1 in 2029.
Yeah.
Well, I think we aim for 2028.
Having spoken to Alan Coleman earlier, Director of Cricket, it strikes me as you've got the full backing of the club to achieve those ambitions, which is hugely exciting, because here you are at step 1 on that journey and you've got a lot ahead of you. As you stand here and now, what do you set as expectations and objectives for year 1, year 3, year 5?
So, year 1, it's about creating the identity and how we want to play our cricket. Making sure that the personnel we have now fully buy into it. Now, that identity and values and behaviours isn't something that's going to be told to them. This will be a group decision. But it's then making sure we're accountable to those values and to those identities and to those behaviours. We have to be accountable to something, but we're going to set in stone as to how we want to play our cricket. We will then make sure that after year 1, we can address that. Did they work? Were they the right values? Is it the right identity? Have we fulfilled that throughout this part of the campaign? Then we go into year 2. Year 2 is about creating the team that's going to take us forward. The team that we identify have the skills, potential and desire to become professional cricketers, because it's going to be a massive commitment. And then by year 3, we're playing, or we're as close to playing the level of cricket and the style of cricket we want to play that we can be. So by the time we start that tier 1 process, we're not jumping into it new. We've already been playing the cricket to the level that we want to play. That's in a nutshell. That's the process. Whether it works like that or not, that's what we're after.
Broomy, I've seen the way you work with the team. I spent a lot of time around Sunrisers and watching you in action, and the way you go about your business, the way you work with Andy Tennant was hugely impressive. And I, for one, am delighted you've got this gig, and I wish you every success, and look forward to keeping in close contact with you over the months ahead.
Thank you very much, mate. Can't wait to get going. Here we go.